Welcome back, Smutterflies.
Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday.
But what is it? It's Friday, Friday,
Friday
Friday.
then, Saturday, Sunday, what?
Mm-mm-mm-mm. That shows the dualities of our two childhoods is I'm singing It's Friday and Sam singing whatever the fuck she was singing.
We never record on a Friday.
No, we
What a
don't.
treat.
This is a treat. What a way to spend your Friday.
Mm.
I just wanted to apologise in advance to anyone for the sound of my voice and my nose. I'm stinking cold, but I'm dosed up on flu and cold tablets and I'm ready
She's
to
a
rock and roll.
trooper. Do you want to tell everybody why we couldn't record on Monday as planned?
Oh, yeah. I was like, no, I don't, because I don't
If I
remember.
knew, I would.
I've had 4 nights of no sleep with the toddler since then. We didn't record on Monday because an online book friend, we met us IRL all the way from the United States of America.
How crazy. So, if anybody knows our book talk community, then you will have heard of Grace. Is her handle Gracie Loves?
I think it's Gracie Reads, isn't it?
Oh, maybe. Gracie reads books?
I think it's just Grace Reads.
Oh, okay.
Gracie
Anywho,
Reads.
okay. Um, Grace did a Disney cruise that docked in Southampton. So she jumped on a train to Reading and got that train from Reading to Swansea. And we took her and her husband out for the evening. We took them round Swansea. We went to the Mumbles. We got a Joe's ice cream.
Yeah.
We took them to see some castles, and then we all went for dinner.
It was so cute. We did book shopping, of course, like of
Oh,
course we did.
obviously, we took her to the works. Everybody loves the works.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just really wholesome to meet somebody who we have talked to for literally like a year and a half online.
Yeah. Yeah, it was
It's so
the
nice.
nicest. Yeah, we had the best time. It was lovely. It was so nice. And like lovely company, lovely food. And I hope if you're listening, Grace, that we showed you. It's hard to show someone the highlights of Wales in like 6 hours just in Swansea in September shitty weather.
It
Like,
was blowing a gale. She was like, it's really windy here. I was like, it's not normally, I promise.
no. So, but I feel like we even showed her a big fuck off castle. We
Perks
delivered,
of
I
being
feel.
Welsh. Got castles everywhere.
If anyone's looking to hire some tour guides to take you around Wales, then we're your gals.
Yeah, it was so lovely. She brought us Disney treats. She bought us stuff and just, oh God, everything about that girl. I love it.
I know she's such a sweetie.
Usual admin. We're on
Yeah,
Discord, we're on Patreon, we're on Throne. We're going live after this. We go live on TikTok if you ever want to join us.
we do.
If you go full frontal on Patreon, you will get a live episode once a month where you can comment along. We try and read out what people are saying. And obviously you get that episode way, way, way in advance. Prior to it going out to the world, sometimes weeks and weeks and weeks before it goes live.
And that's going
What
to
are
be
you?
taking place on Monday, the 29th of September. So it is still time to sign up if you want to be able to listen in live. And that's going to be our Enchantra episode.
Like Hayley Smith.
Woohoo! So if you want to
Whoop,
comment
whoop.
along, if you want to listen along live, and you want to be able to chat to us as we record, then sign up to our full frontal tier on Patreon.
What are you currently reading?
So, like,
Everything.
since no, actually not enough.
Oh,
I've been, I'm still barely. I just it's having the time. It's just having time. I'm still working my way through the Ascended. It's not because I'm not enjoying. It's literally just finding the time. I've just picked up and started Phantasma for Monday,
stunning.
and I finally finished Blooms of Darkness audiobook. Woo! So good. And I think the author said that book two is coming out like this week or soon. So I've I've got a book at the moment, but the next one I'll go back to it and do the second book on audiobook. But I started The Blood of Hercules on audiobook.
I bought it.
Ah, nice.
It's in the Too Far sale in Asda.
You did tell me this, yes. That's exciting. I've got I think I've got like the Fairy Loot version of it. Which
Of
I've
course
had
you
for
have.
of course I have. Um yeah, look, I don't want to speak too soon because I am only like 12 chapters in, right? But just a few observations because I'm not here to poo-poo, like that's absolutely not what we're here to do. But the first like full chapter is from the FMC's POV, but as a child, right? And I don't know if it's like just the way the voice actor did the voices, but for me, there isn't that much of a difference from the child's voice to the voice that they're doing for them as an adult. And when I say I went into this book blind, I had no clue, didn't know if it was adult, YA, or anything. Turns out it's very much adult, and it's actually why choose, right? So like hot, right? But then upon learning that, listening to the way the voice I'm not saying it's the voice actor, just so it resonates with me. It's like a child's voice. It doesn't sound like a 19-year-old girl.
I will be reading that one then and not audiobooking it.
And then the only other thing is there's like a character called like I think they're called Heron. I think it's a H. But the way that the voice actor says it in the female voice is sounded like it was with a K. So I thought their name was Karen. And I was like, that's why is and they're supposed to be like hot. And I was like, they're called Karen. But also, I think, and I'm not 100% sure, but I think it's a situation where they sometimes call people by their first names and they sometimes call them by their surnames. And I'm just a little bit lost.
Okay.
And the God tier history system, the way it's explained to you in the beginning is it's not woven in. It's here's a whole effectively glossary, but written as a chapter of just history of the past like thousands of years. So that's like the opening chapter is like 7 pages of just history, and it doesn't
Yeah.
stick. So they're talking about Spartans, they're talking about Olympians, don't really know who's who. But the FMC's really funny. Like her internal monologue is hilarious.
Okay.
So I'm enjoying. I'm not poo-pooing it. Like it's just yeah. So that's what I'm reading. What are you reading?
Since we last recorded, after If Not For My Baby, I was like, oh, do you know what? I'm a little bit in my romance era. I might pick up
Mm-hmm.
another romance book. So I picked up the first Elsie Silver book,
Mm-hmm.
which is what, I don't know, flawless, whateverless.
Mm-hmm.
And then in 5 days, I read four of her books back to
Your
back to
cowboy
back.
era.
Very much in my cowboy era. So I'm reading
Mm.
Hopeless, which is her fifth and final book in the Chestnut Springs. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
also still reading my author spotlight, which is Out of Embers and Shadows.
Mm-hmm.
Have been reading it for quite a while, not because I'm not enjoying it, but I had to read If Not For My Baby. So I put my author spotlight
Mm-hmm.
down and read If Not For My Baby. And as I said, that just got me in my little contemporary romance era. So then I did all the Elsie Silver books.
Yeah.
So I'm reading my author spotlight as well, but Hopeless by Elsie Silver.
Nice.
Yes. Nice.
Yeah, so basically I'm not really reading anything outside the podcast because I'm just trying to write as well.
That's exciting. If you haven't seen already, go and check out Bee's Instagram, TikTok, whatever talk, because her book is available for pre-order. You can have the standard paperback. You can have the sprayed edge special edition foiled paperback with coloured page beginners. What do we call them?
Chapter
Chapter headers,
titles.
chapter
That
titles.
thing. I'm trying to
Um,
find one.
or you can have the special edition sprayed edge hardback, which is a different sprayed edge to the paperback. Again, with the foiling on the dust jacket, the like holographic foiling on the actual hardback. And again, coloured chapter headers, titles, whatever you want to call them. So run, don't walk over to Bee's social media platforms and pre-order via her website now, ready for Halloween release. Spooky,
And if
spooky.
you pre that was like QVC. That was a lot of pressure. Um And if you pre-order either the regular paperback via my website, the special editions, order it. So place the order before the release date. You get pre-order incentives, which is like stickers, bookmarks, and character art.
And they'll be signed.
I need to practice my signature. Yes.
Okay, why are we here?
I have to say, right, I can't believe these words are going to leave my mouth, right? I think I haven't told you this because I was saving it for tonight's reaction, right? So far, this is my read of the year.
I read it in a
A
24-hour
day.
period,
Same.
but I've never flown through something. Why is texting somebody so hot in a book?
I might cry this episode, okay? I might cry talking about this book because I knew I would love it, right? Like, it's Kate Golden, one of my Insta-buy all-time favorite authors out there in the world, and it's a fucking Hozier romance, right? Like, put a fucking fork in me, I'm done, okay? Like, and this is no tea, but like, I am not a contemporary person. It's just not me. I'm not a like fluffy romance. It's just not me. So I went into this with like not I knew I'd enjoy it, but I just was taking it with like a little pinch of salt. And I know that like it can't ultimately be marketed as a Hosier romance because like ultimately they are different characters. But we know that that's what inspired Kate, right? Like I get it. The way she writes, the way she speaks is so genuine. She has done her research. I can't like it's actually unreal. I literally you could send me a video of Andrew Hosier Burns saying these words and I would believe you. It is I don't have words for how good it was. I really don't.
Yeah, Kate is such a good writer. And do you know something that she does really well in this, which I feel like is such like a tiny subplot, but that I really appreciated. So the FMC Clem, her mum has fibromyalgia, and Kate wrote chronic pain so well. She did it justice so well, like what it looks like in normal people, what one day to the next looks like. Like I just thought she wrote that fantastically.
She did everything about it was like thorough, well done, well thought out. And again, no, this is not poo-pooing or no shade, but like this is a me thing, right? This isn't a book thing, it's me. I was like, oh, I wonder if Katie is gonna almost write lyrics, right? Are we just gonna the song's gonna be referenced, or are they gonna be actual, like she's gonna write actual lyrics? These literally could be taken from a Hosier song. Like it, I, I don't have words for how good it was. I don't have words for it. And I don't know if it's because I'm like such a diehard to the core slice me open Hosier fan that maybe gives it that thing for me. But like it was just phenomenal. I can't
Yeah,
get over
no,
how good it was.
yeah, no, I loved it and really enjoyed it. Like I said, I read it in a day. And like I like Hosier's songs, but I wouldn't like I'm not a diehard fan like you are. Like I wouldn't have understood like every little reference. So it shows how good it is because like it's not just because you're a Hosier fan that you've loved it, because I absolutely ate it up.
I tabbed. When do I tab? That isn't something that I do. I tabbed. I read like I was on page 50. That's how close soon in I was. And I read a bit and I was like, I have to go get my tabs because I need to tab these things for when we record. Uh, it was so fucking good.
At one point, she's looking at the comments on Tom Halloran's video. So Halloran is our Hosier. And one of them is, if not for my baby Tom. And the comment is, I need him biblically. And I sent it to B and said, is this your account?
Kate, Kate took inspiration from my Hosier Stan account that I have on the DL. Yeah.
And then her mum commented, what a cool guy.
Oh, so funny.
I was obsessed with her
Everything was
mum.
so the relationship between her and her mum was divine. Like I loved it because it was so filled with love, but also not any like regret and malice, but like what Clem has given up is just heartbreaking. But I love that is there's no like I don't know, it was really genuine because there was obviously like particularly when she does go on tour and she talks about like not speaking to her mum for really long periods of time. It's because she feels guilty for like having a good time. But then when she does speak to her, there's not like this big bust up. It was, do you know what it was? It was nice to see female relationships that weren't toxic. That like it was just so well done. It was just so good. So
Yeah,
good.
it was. I also loved that Clem like sang show tunes.
Oh, I love that that was her thing. She loves West Side Story.
It's the first show I ever saw.
Was it like West like that's cute.
Yeah, when my mum took me to New York, that's the first thing. It's the first. I was only 16, and it was the first show I'd ever seen was West Side Story in Times Square.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah,
Can I talk about my first tab on page 50? So,
absolutely.
yes, it's her first night on stage. Obviously, they cock up the timing, so she literally has to get straight on stage. No practice. The first song that she quotes with lyrics is "I want to be lost." Halloran begs into the mic. Not found in my aching, he cants forward. I'd be Hawthorne Frost if not for my baby. Everybody can sit down. This is your Sunday Hozier Church School. So Hozier uses a lot of references to Blackthorn in his song. So um my one of my I don't think it's my favorite, but it's probably one of my favorite Hozier songs is called NFWMB. NFWMB. Nothing fucks with my baby, but it's the acronym. I can never remember the things, but that's the name of the song. And he says, if I was born a blackthorn tree, I'd want to be held by you, felled by you, fuel the pyre of your enemy. Like, I know Kate's a Hosier fan, so I shouldn't have expected anything less, but like, oh, it's just so fucking good. It's so
Oh
good.
God, the whole story is just amazing as well. Like, I want to get
And
picked up by a tour and go and sing backup vocals for a hot singer.
and like the tension,
When they're
you know?
texting, when she's in bed and they're texting, Jesus fucking Christ.
We'll get to it in a minute because I don't want to jump ahead. I'm trying to go through my, but there was a bit that I text you about, and I didn't expect it to be. Obviously expected it to be spice, right? Of course I did. Like it's a romance book. Like, of course I expected boning, but like I didn't expect it to be like that.
Hot.
Andrew. I know his name's not Andrew. His name's Tom, but still Andrew.
um, yeah, when they're standing like she's by the vending machine or like by an ice machine, and he's topless trying to find a pen.
But because he's holding a leather-bound book to write poetry.
Stop it.
Do you know what I think? I mean, I think we spoke about this when we read something recently. What did we read that was a contemporary?
Blood
Not
sweeter than
hopeless.
honey.
Maybe it was that, or maybe it was something else. Like, or maybe we text, and maybe that's why it feels like. Anyway, one of my things with contemporary is also when I read it. Oh, I think it was Blood Sweeter Than Honey. Actually, it makes me doubly depressed because I get depressed in romantic anyway, because like just men aren't like that in real life.
Yeah,
But contemporary makes me doubly depressed because at least there's like a separation for me, like, oh,
it's
but he rides dragons,
fantasy.
who's fantasy. But
Yeah.
this is like this man does exist. This man exists. He's just shacked up with a fucking Victoria's Secret model who's got legs longer than my entire body and weighs probably the same as my big toe. Anyway, um, can I talk about my second tab? Um, so she's talking about then, like further on in the book, him doing other songs, and she says, so blues rock hits, one of them, Heart of Darkness, was a song I realized I've heard many times. In fact, it's on my rarely used but always important Feeling Hot Tonight playlist. So if you ever want to sit down and talk to me about Hozier music, I will always say it falls into three categories, right? It's a Venn diagram of Hozier music. Every single one of his songs falls into these categories. There's like running through a field, Fey princess, through the meadows, through the blackberries with no shoes on, baby making music, and then crawling across the fiery pits of hell on my hands and knees to get to the love of my life. Sometimes the baby making and the Fae running through a field cottagecore songs can sometimes be categorized into a subdivision of jingly jangly, super fun, edgy coffee shop music on a Sunday morning when you're paying for a £10 latte. If you would like me to give you recommendations into any of those three categories, just hit me up. But I completely agree that Feeling Hot Tonight is a category of his songs. Now, I don't know, like, we'll have to ask Kate this if we ever get the chance to interview her about this book. I hope we do one day. But Heart of Darkness to me is a song called It Will Come Back, I believe. I can sing them to you, but I forget the titles of them. But it's called It Will Come Back by Hozier. Let me just reconfirm that's what it's called. Yes, It Will Come Back by Andrew Hozier Byrne. And he's talking about it like, don't let it in, don't feed it, don't give it attention. And then in the second chorus, it's not it, it's me. So it's like he's sick, like he's this it, like this insatiable like animal banging on your door because you've given me like a morsel of attention and thing. And then it's like, and then he like changes the riff at the end and he's like, you'll hear me howling, howling outside your door. Don't you hear me howling, babe? I get pregnant listening to it. Like, so there's
Listening
that.
to Hozier songs with condoms on your ears, like
Literally, like my headphones have to have little tiny rubbers on them because I get pregnant. And then, sorry, in that sentence, the actual reason why I fucking tabbed, not this tangent that I've just gone on for 10 minutes, she then says, the other, Meadowlark, an up-tempo jaunt depicting elderberries and the delicate scales of dragonflies, is 100% is it my favorite Hosey song? Yeah, I think it is. Would That I, which is it's like really famous. You know it, right? The one that's like dun 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 dun, dun like, and I just love that when she's writing these, I don't know, but I'm assuming she's writing them with those songs in mind. Like it just resonates. I'm like, I know them and I can hear it playing.
well, she's got
A playlist.
yes.
But there actually wasn't that much Hosier on there, I'm
I
not gonna
thought
lie.
that might because we've got Work Song.
Yeah. When my time comes around.
We've got NFWMB.
Oh, NFWMB.
We've got Francesca.
I tell them, put me back in it.
We've got
Yeah.
Dinner and
Yeah.
what's
Dinner
that?
and Diatribes.
Yeah.
Dinner and Diatribes. This is getting really nerdy. But when we interviewed Kate Golden for Dawn of Onyx, it's one of her favorite Hosier songs. I knew that because she talks about it. And you know the scene in A Reign of Rose where I can't remember what kingdom they're in, but they go for that dinner with the really weird queen. Do you remember when they go to
Yeah.
that like? And that's what she said that dinner is inspired by, because the whole
Oh,
song Dinner and Diatribes is like about this man who's madly in love with this woman, but he's having to like put face at this dinner that he doesn't really want to be in, and he just wants to go home and bone his missus, basically.
fair play. We've got It Will Come Back.
That's what I was just talking about. It will come back, yes.
And Take Me to Church.
So I was sad that Would That I was not in there, and also that
Oh, and
one
Moment
of
Silence is in there. Common Tongue.
such a bop. But also there was no From Eden.
I was expecting to see From Eden, I'll be honest.
But I have to say, do you feel like this is just looking at my Spotify playlist?
You wouldn't have Taylor Swift, but yes. Or like the
I don't,
Fleetwood Mac and the Noah Khan.
and the Florence and the Machine and the Bruce Springsteen, and maybe not Casey Musgraves.
Oh, the Cranberries Linger, what a tune.
Yes, it's one of my favorite songs.
And I don't know if you'd have the West Side Story soundtrack in there.
Not West Side Story. I've got some soundtracks in there, but not West Side Story. More of a Six kind of girl, you know?
Yeah.
But The Villages Between Us, Noah Khan.
Champagne
Yeah.
Problems, Taylor Swift being in there, such a fucking
Do I know
slay.
that?
No, probably not.
Oh.
Let's talk about side characters.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we can. Yeah.
Molly and Pete.
Because it was weird, right? Because I don't know. I just felt like the ending in comparison to the build-up was like, oh, are they not like
Well, do you know what I loved? Is in
Endgame?
that final text exchange, and I've said this to you in person, but we can talk about it here too. They're talking about flying together to start the next tour. and she's asking what the flight arrangements are. Is everyone going to fly with her? So Molly says, wait, I might be, let me find out, meaning I might be in the city and I could fly with you. And then Pete says, when are we flying out? Molly says, I won't be near Austin, so meet you in London. And Pete says, shit, I can't make it either. Couple of texts go by with other people. And then Molly says, wait, never mind. I can fly with you too. Pete, same. He's such a simp for her and I love
He
it.
is. But like if we're talking about the time jump that's happened, like 5 years from the end of the book to that scene, it's really sad that to me that like that's this they still haven't got this shit together and like
I know, but like obviously I don't know these people. Like I've read one book about them, but I'm like, oh, that's so Molly. To like
oh,
not have
I
settled down.
know.
Like she's a wild child, isn't she?
Yeah, she is. I know. I just kind of I don't know. I just hope that they would have been endgame, you
Mm.
know?
Well, they still could be.
They still could be, and maybe Kate's thinking about writing another book, that's why. I really enjoyed the side characters, but the boss, whose name escapes me now, the manager,
Jen.
Jen. What a fucking bitch. I didn't see that come in. I didn't
Pretending that he was in a relationship with Cara and Cara's gay. Like,
and also like they formed a band because they like his ex-girlfriend and her best friend died. That's what that song's about, not about them ever being together. And so when Kara's comment of you never forget your first, because obviously when she says it at the time, you're like, oh, what a fucking bitch. Like she's come back for him, fucking bitch. But obviously that's not what she meant. She meant it like in reference to their friend that had passed away. But I was just like, yeah.
Jen was a fucking bitch.
She was. Can we talk about the smut now?
Go on then.
I don't think I tabbed it. I think I sent you a photo of it. I'm gonna have to go find it. Obviously, trying to bang in a tour bus makes everything infinitely hotter because like no one can hear you, right? But I sent Sam this quote because when I read it,
Also, how funny that he texts her, hey, it's Tom, and then a separate message, Halloran. As
oh,
if she wouldn't know who's texting her.
yeah, him. So obviously they haven't done the deed yet, but they effectively finger bangs her in his room just as everyone's coming back from the tour or the gig. And or does she suck him off? I don't know. But then he like presses her up against the wall, and then when she finishes, his closing line before she leaves is, "You'll take me just fine."
Because she's worried about how big he is. Hee hee.
But she doesn't even say it. She doesn't say it out loud or anything. He just says that.
Yeah, because she's fucking staring daggers at her.
I know, but like, sir. And sorry, I was looking, I thought I sent you a photo of that. I didn't. I just sent you a quote of it. But then in the pictures, one of the ones I sent you, Clementine, he inhales sharply. I'm fucking splitting you in half.
I volunteer as tribute.
Because the thing is, not to get too crude, but like, welcome, nice to meet you. Andrew Hozier is like, what's your fiance? 6'7"?
6'4".
Right. He's gotta be at least 6'7", 6'8". He's so tall. You're gonna Google it.
Fact check, you know.
I think he's gotta be taller than your fiance.
6'6".
Yeah. Like to be Irish and that tall and be able to sing and be a feminist and like he is a
Ugh.
man made by a woman.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna show us a picture then. Oh,
I
okay.
couldn't find anything that was good
Okay.
enough as a comparison, sorry.
Okay.
Um,
Anyway, so I feel like that's what she took the inspiration from the source material is all I can say.
yeah. The like I said, the texting I just found so hot. But the first night that they're texting each other and he texts her, come back here.
How can she say no?
And she doesn't. She stays
I
in her
know.
bed. And she texts him, so what are you wearing? And then she is sending pictures. Um And she calls the line, the V that goes down after abs, the cum gutters.
That was so funny.
Brilliant. Absolutely fucking
So
brilliant.
funny. Yeah, I pissed my pants at that. That was so good. Yeah, it was just a fucking delight.
The smut. When they're in his hotel room.
I think that's the other thing I felt like, because when you're in a contemporary with, again, the contemporaries that I read within reason, there's not much like trepidation in life, right? There's not like wars and armies and monsters and whatever attacking you. So there kind of isn't that many reasons for you to be not boning in a contemporary, right? Like the threat doesn't, the tension and the threat and the stakes aren't as high. So I was a bit like when it came, and obviously like, when they banged, there wasn't really any like, there was nothing stopping him, was there?
Yeah.
So I was a bit like, is this going to seem a little bit like not as like spicy or not as hot because like, well, yeah, they're just going to bang inevitably. But again, the way she writes it was just like,
So after she sucks him off, after the you'll take me just fine.
mm-hmm.
I've not a clue how I'll sleep tonight, he murmurs into my hair. I'd sleep better next to you, I admit. His mouth is gentle against my ear. No, love, you wouldn't sleep at all.
So,
Daddy!
oh, it's
Oh,
this is the worst. Honestly, this is like people who have like drug problems. This is my crack cocaine. This is
sorry, he takes her on a date in New York and he takes her to the theatre.
I have to say, I didn't expect to cry at this. And I didn't cry like 90% of the way through, but the last few chapters when she goes to Ireland and when he says,
They all pay
I,
for a ticket.
but she says, he says, I have a plane ticket booked in like 2 days to come to Austin,
And his
Texas. I was like,
bags there packed.
and then when it was like a female's voice, I was like, no.
I know, I was,
But then it wasn't. And
it's
then
his
they're like
best
out.
friend who just had the baby.
And then they're like out in the rain in his house in
She runs
Ireland.
away.
And he has
Oh,
a dog. Oh.
everything about that man is perfect.
I know. It's sickening it. It's sickening
Oh,
that men like this don't exist.
I just,
But then also, I'm not normally, when I say I'm not an epilogue fan, I say this, but like I was a bit like, what is this epilogue gonna look like, right? Is
yeah.
how, but like
I
them
read it in
being
front of you.
yeah, I know, them being engaged. I cried my eyes out at the end.
Yeah, it was lovely.
Cried my eyes out.
Just the things that he says, I'm like,
Does she end up being in Hades Town? Is that the musical she ends up in? I'm sure that says that's what she's in, is Hades Town, isn't it?
hang on.
And that's what he takes her to see on their first date. I'm sure it is. So
Yes,
maybe
yes,
yes.
it is. Yes.
And that's what he takes her to see on their first date is Hades Town.
Or does she get, yeah, or is that what she gets the audition for, but then she's in West Side Story, or is it the other way around?
I think it's West Side Story the first. I don't know. Maybe I feel like it's the West Side Story the first time. I don't know.
Oh, hang on. After I'd gotten the chorus role in West Side Story, I moved to Manhattan to live with Indy, blah, blah, blah. Then I'd gotten Frenchie in Greece, blah, 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 blah. And then he moved in with her. Yeah, and then she's in Hades Town. And then he's going on another tour because he wrote a fucking song about her. He didn't realise what he was writing about, but he was writing about clementines.
And that sent me, that did. When he's writing about a fruit that's like an evergreen fruit and it's a clementine, I was like, oh, I'm dead now. I've died.
Sweet as honey from the bee is my fruit from the evergreen tree. Voice of a swallow, just as free. I only hear music when she's with me.
Oh, it's just not fair, is it?
And he was writing that when he saw her at the vending machine before anything had ever happened. She thought he hated her because she'd messed up the timings on one of the songs. Turns out he just couldn't get her out of his head. I just love how antisocial he is as well. Like they've got a group chat for his tour and he's like, please, can I leave the group
Exit.
chat?
I know. I just loved it. Oh, and like even down to the albums, right, Sam? This is really nerdy, but like that's the exact same amount of albums that Hozier has done. He's only ever done two, and then and then the third one came out, and it's just like, and then the way she was describing the albums is the same, and oh, it's just so clever. It's just so
I just
clever.
I feel like if you're gonna and I know she hasn't called it a Hosier romance, but like she's said it
Yeah.
on like her what's it called on Instagram? Like is it a channel?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
where it started. Yeah.
yeah. Like, you know, we know it's a Hosier romance, we know she's a huge fan, but like where's this train of thought
I
going?
don't know. Even though you knew she was a Hosier fan, it was above what you expected from a
Yeah,
Hosier fan. Yeah, me too.
yes, yeah.
100%.
It
100%.
just delivered,
Yeah, it
delivered,
did.
delivered.
It was like, to me, in comparison, you know, when you read an Ali Hazelwood contemporary,
Yeah.
and like when you say like Deep End, right? Like we don't fucking know anything about diving or fucking swimming, but like, but
She'd
you
done her
when
research.
yeah, like you
Yeah.
can tell like she doesn't half-ass anything. Kate did not half-ass anything in this, but particularly like the references to the source material, i.e. Andrew Hosier Burton. Oh, impeccable. Even like the little nods down to like the tea and oh,
Why is the way that somebody holds a guitar so sexy? Like when she was describing his hands, I was just like,
But then when she describes that he has a little travel thermostat that he takes with him and he has it on stage. I love that like as well. He's an introvert. He's a bit of a nerd, right? Not even bit.
mm,
He's a nerd. He's an introvert. He's antisocial. Like doesn't drink, doesn't do drugs. Like not a party animal. But that stays consistent because I think in my
mm,
head I thought, oh, is he gonna be like the rock star at some point? And like, nah, he never really.
yeah,
He just
humble.
is just a guy who
Mm.
likes his own peace and quiet, but also has got a cockpit big enough to split you in half. You know.
You'll take it just fine.
That was wild. That was absolute. I lost my mind. I threw the book across the room. You know, when you're almost like, ah, and you have to like get it out of your
Yeah.
system. And you're like,
Whoa!
oh, like I was just like, whoa, whoa, like it was just. And we read copious amounts of smut, so I
Oh
feel
yeah,
like for
we're
smut
not
to, yeah,
shy, are we? It wasn't that we were like,
yeah,
oh, that's a bit much. We
exactly.
were just like, woohoo!
I didn't even do that with Kiss the Basilisk, and that's saying something. And sometimes it isn't like the most spicy thing, it's just the way it's done. Like it was just the timing, it was the way he said it, you didn't expect it. Like you'll and it's the confidence. Like the
Yeah.
confidence in that he knows how big he is. Like you'll take me just fine.
Well,
Will I,
excuse you,
sir?
sir.
Will I? I'll be the judge of that.
Now, quick.
Let's see. Well, she'd seen it, so she obviously anyway. I look, yeah, but I honestly, the more I've marinated on it and thought about it thus far, and it's not that I'm saying there's something could knock it off the top spot, but like
Mhm.
as of right now, fresh, it's definitely in my top reads without a doubt, but fresh out of it, maybe when I sit down I'll think differently, but as of right now, at this current point in the year, this is my top read of the year.
It's in mine for sure. Um, Along with The Ascended
The Ascent.
by
I need to finish
Greenwich
that.
and
I know. I know.
Lennox, along with Daughter of Stone by B.A. Pepper. Um, Obviously we're getting Brimstone soon, so I don't want to take up all my spots too soon because Brimstone could be up there. Um,
And book 4 from Amber V. Nicole in Gods and Monsters series, Wrath of the Fallen, right? Something like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
I can't think what else I've read. Do you know, I've thoroughly enjoyed the Elsie Silvers, but I don't think they're top reads of the year
Yeah,
worthy.
I know what
But
you
we'll
mean.
see.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, what else have I read this year that could contend?
Onyx Storm's definitely on mine. I hate
Oh,
myself for doing it, but it definitely is.
A Curse Carved in Bone. I know that like you liked it, but you
Mm,
didn't love it, but I
yeah.
ate it up, loved it. Duskbound was in there until I read The
Mm,
Ascended, and then I was like, you
mm.
can piss off, Ascended. You forget how much you read, don't you? Like I'm looking
I know
through
it's
now and I'm
crazy,
like,
I know.
shit, forgot about that.
Even on my like this year is my not reading much because I'm writing so much year. I've still read like nearly 30 something books.
I'm on 59. Potentially Secrets of the Dead by Laura Carter.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, one of Chris's books, maybe
Oh,
multiple of Chris's books.
all of them, all of Chris's books I read this year, they will all be on my top reads of the year. And also Goldfinch, because we read it this year.
Was it this year?
Yeah, beginning of the year we read it.
No.
Yeah, we didn't read it before Christmas, I don't think. Neither of us did. We definitely didn't read it till this year. I'm almost positive it was in the new year.
Goldfinch I read on the 7th of December.
Oh, maybe it was then. Haha.
I'm
Maybe
surprised
it was
that
in our
didn't
top
make it.
reads. No, I feel like
Mm.
maybe it was then.
Yeah, one of the memory Polar books, if not multiples. And yeah, well, there's still time in there.
There's still
I've
plenty
heard
of
good
time.
things about Enchantra. I enjoyed Phantasma. I've read Phantasma this year, but we'll see after Enchantra.
We'll see. Yeah, I think like I don't want it to ever sound like I wasn't expecting, if not for my baby, to be good, because I did expect to love it. It's one of my favorite authors is a Hozier romance, but
We're
I
just
don't
not
like.
contemporary girlies. I just don't think
You
we
are a bit
thought.
more than me,
Yeah,
but
I
yeah,
just don't think we thought a contemporary would knock our socks off the way that
yeah,
fantasy does, because fantasy is like so epic and high
yeah,
stakes and like fantastical that
I
like
agree.
we just assumed that all of our top reads would be fantasy.
And for me to cry at a book,
I
like that's,
cried.
but I don't. I'm a very
No,
emotionless
yeah,
person. Like I don't cry.
you're a little ice queen and you.
But I cried like a fucking baby at the end. Oh, I just wanted. The thing is, do you know what makes me sad is I know it's not the type of book that she can write more. Like she could write other characters, but it is what it is. It's a one and done.
Yeah,
You're not going to get more from them. I think very unlikely. But it just makes me
yeah.
sad because I'm like, I need more Hosey of romances, Kate.
Can I not know what else happened? Like,
I just need more. Just rewrite this
hmm.
story like in different worlds and different settings and different,
Keep
just
churning out the same storyline.
go in, just change it ever so slightly. Like I'll just keep buying them and reading them. Oh, it was so good.
Yeah, no, I agree. I loved it. Instant 5 stars.
Yeah, I
6
was
if I could.
that was a fucking yeah,
Yeah,
100% 5 plus without a doubt.
absolutely.
So what's coming up? Because we've got big weeks coming up.
We've got big weeks coming up. We've got Phantasma next week. And then Enchantra the week after. And then Kaylee Smith, the author, the week after. Then we're doing Night and the Moth by Rachel Gillig. And
Yeah.
then we will have our interview with Raven Kennedy, finally talking about the Plated Prisoner series.
Yeah.
Then we're sitting down with Stephen Walker, so a little bit different for us because it's not like an author, it's not books, but we're going to talk
No.
about cosplaying, men reading and romantasy, you know, all that fun stuff. Then we're
Yeah.
doing Hollow, which is a new book by Karina Hall.
Hal, yeah.
Um, and then we're interviewing Karina the week after. And then we've got our Danielle Jensen interview. And that takes us all the way up to the first week of December.
That's
I
crazy.
know. Makes me feel sick.
I can't believe we finally got Danielle coming on. I can't believe all the authors are interviewing. We finally got Raven. We finally got Danielle.
I know. It's going to be class.
I know. I have to apologise for Raven Kennedy for calling her a shiny Gyarados.
Yeah, she was like, what the fuck is a shiny Gyarados?
Sorry.
Sorry.
So we've got a very exciting few weeks coming up. Just follow us on everything. We're going live all the time. We have exciting updates. I have exciting book updates.
Join our Discord
Yeah,
because we chat and yap in there all the time.
we do.
And if not, see you next week for Phantasma.
Bye.
Bye.